Thank you for choosing America's Mortgage Choice to secure your new mortgage. What we're going to do right here is go through a sample good faith estimate to help you read and understand what you're looking at in terms of the numbers. There are a lot of moving pieces when numbers come out, and what we're going to do is try and cover them today. If you do have more questions, contact your loan officer directly at 630-368-3300. What we're going to look at today is a conventional loan with a purchase price of $350,000 and a 20% down payment, or a loan amount of $280,000. Based on that, we're also suggesting that an interest rate is going to appear here. In this sample, it's 5.25. Your rate will be roughly a sample of where interest rates are at this time. The estimate should not be construed as a rate lock agreement. There is a form in your application package specifically for that. What we're doing here is getting our arms around costs. In the estimated closing costs area of the good faith estimate, you're looking at two columns, one here on the left and one here on the right. On the left, you've got the things that are really within the control of the lender's environment. For example, you're going to pay an appraisal fee, and that's going to be around $300. You're going to be asked for the fee for that appraiser, and the lender is going to provide the appraiser to you, and the appraiser will operate independently and charge you outside of the closing in order to get the appraisal of the property done. The appraisal shows us what we think the property is worth, and in this example establishes that it's worth at least $350,000, which of course is good news if you're buying, because you want to validate that purchase price rather than find out later you paid $10,000 or $20,000 or $50,000 too much for the house. Now, the second thing that you're looking at is a tax service fee. The lender is going to make you sign up for the electronic delivery of the property tax bill to them, and that is going to cost about $80. Processing and underwriting fees are charged by lenders in order to administrate the paperwork, supply the underwriters, the phone receptionist, and all that stuff at their office. Basically employ the people they do to get the loan done. And then the flood fee is a certification that you're not in a floodplain. If you are in a floodplain, we will notify you, and there'll be some additional things that need to be done later. Another item that you're going to want to take a look at is what's called the yield spread premium. A number may appear in here, and that will be the fee that the lender pays us as a broker for the right to collect your payments. Whatever that is, it is not a charge to you, but we are required to disclose that to you, and it should be in your good faith estimate. We're not putting it in the sample here, though. In the purchase, on the right side, the 1,100, 1,200, and 1,300 items are the items that are beyond our control, but also will show up as closing costs at the time of closing. We're giving you an estimate here, but do not know exactly what they will be until we see the invoices. First are the title charges. The fee is going to be conducted for the conducting of the closing. There's going to be the title insurance to make sure you have free and clear title. And then there are always some miscellaneous fees associated to the FedExing of documents and the delivery of the package. Additionally, recording the mortgage with the county, that's normally a fee that's anywhere between $75 and $100, and any stamps necessary by the state. That brings your total estimated closing costs in a worst case scenario to just under $2,200. And what we try to do here is really give you a worst case scenario so that you can understand absolutely the worst case. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate again to contact your America's Mortgage Choice loan officer. Now, there are two other sections of the good faith estimate I want you to be aware of. First is the estimated reserve or prepaid costs. First, if you are closing on the 15th of the month, you'll pay 15 days of interest to the lender. If you close on the 30th, you'll pay 1 day, and if you close on the 1st, you'll pay 1. You prepay the interest for the remaining days in the month you close on in order to slot your mortgage to the 1st of the month when you'll be making your payments. Finally, you'll be looking at, if you set up a property tax escrow account, setting up escrows. And whatever your numbers are here, we're taking a guess at what it would cost to insure your home, so you'll escrow your homeowner's insurance. And then on top of that, you'll set up an escrow account for your property taxes. This number is calculated by taking your property tax bill, in this case $4,800, dividing it by 12 to get a monthly amount, and then putting the number of months required by the lender to collect right in there. So although you would be bringing these dollars to the table and you want to prepare for them from a cash flow standpoint, they are not a closing cost or a fee. They're actually your property tax bill and will go to the custody of the lender. The transaction summary section is where all these numbers are totaled up and an estimate of your payment is given so that you can prepare for what type of cash you'll need to bring in, both in terms of the purchase price, the closing costs, which we covered in the top section, and here's the $21.94 we see from earlier, the prepaid items, which we just talked about being the property taxes, homeowners insurance, and interest on your loan. Then we subtract the loan amount, and we give you credit for any earnest money, gift, or anything else that you may have in the transaction so that you'll bring the remainder of cash to close. This is the number most folks are most critically interested in, and you should take time to look in the lower right hand corner of your good faith estimate to find out how much you will have to bring to closing. Hope this helped explain things. If you have more detailed questions about your specific situation, contact your America's Mortgage Choice loan officer again at 630-368-3300. We look forward to getting you to the closing table soon.